6, 5, 4, 3.
Good afternoon. I'm Cookeville Mayor Ricky Shelton.
And I'm Putnam County Mayor Randy Porter. This is our COVID-19 coronavirus community update for Wednesday, April the 6th. Today, as of 2 p.m., our total number of confirmed positive in Putnam County is 81, which is 24 more than yesterday. These are some more of the signature healthcare positives from last week that we have been waiting on to show up. So please don't panic with this large number, as we have been expecting it and warning you about it for the past several days. Most of those from signature have been entered now, but we think there still could be a few more of those still lagging. Also remember, the results are based on the county of residence. The other counties in the Upper Cumberland that have confirmed positives are Cannon with 7, Clay with 2, Cumberland with 33, DeKalb with 7, Fentress County has 2, Jackson County has 4, Macon County has 16, Overton has 5, Smith has 3, Warren County has 2, and White County has 2. Again, Putnam County has 81 confirmed cases, which is 24 more than yesterday, but those are part of the signature healthcare cases that we have been waiting on to show up in our number. As I've been telling you, we can only report the actual confirmed cases that have been verified by the state health department. Due to the increased amount of testing and the large number of tests completed at signature last week, getting the results into the county numbers across the state can be somewhat lagging, as we have been seeing. We will continue to be as transparent with you as possible, but we can only give you the data that we are given. The drive-through testing clinic at our health department on County Services Drive is still in operation. The schedule this week is tomorrow, which is Thursday, will be from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Friday, due to it being Good Friday, will be from 9 a.m. to 12 noon, and then they will be testing this week on Saturday from 9 a.m. to 12 noon. Since March 19th, when the drive-through COVID-19 testing began, they have assessed 1,021 individuals and tested 767. That's 1,021 that's been assessed and 767 that were actually tested. In talking with the health department this afternoon, the number of people coming to be tested has decreased considerably from last week. Yesterday and today, they saw the lowest number of people since the testing began, which is a good sign. The National Guard has been assisting with the testing, and we're so much appreciative of these men and women and the service they have been providing. Mayor Shelton?
Yes, for 2 weeks we've said to please listen and follow the directives and take personal responsibility and heed the guidance from the experts and do your part. Use common sense so that you can protect one another, stay home, save lives, do your part, and stay apart. It doesn't matter what anyone is telling us to do or not to do. The people of Cookeville and Putnam County are incredible, and we come together to collectively do the right thing and take care of each other. Let's keep encouraging one another so we can get through this as quickly as possible. Again, Cane Creek Park is open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. However, the main entrance drive-in gates are closed. You can park at the Cane Creek Rec Center, which is also closed, and you can walk in. Senior citizens can register for a daily check-in call by our police department at bettercookeville.com. Click COVID, and there's a link to this city service. And in observance of Good Friday, Friday trash collection routes will be picked up tomorrow, Thursday. All state parks are closed through April 14th. The governor mandated the stay-at-home directive. If you go out to get groceries, don't take your kids unless there's absolutely no other option. One person in the house go instead of the family. One person, one cart. Or use delivery services or online shopping or curbside pickup. You do not need papers to travel, and there is not a curfew in Cookeville or Putnam County. The essential business list only lists the businesses that can be open. It does not say who can be in those businesses or what can be purchased. It's up to those businesses to be socially responsible, to manage that, and the police department will not be doing that. The police are not going to randomly pull you over for being out unless, of course, you did something else that warrants a pullover. But when you do return home from whatever your out and about had to be, you need to wash your hands and wipe down anything you touched. Now let's hear from Dr. Mark Pierce, the infectious disease specialist at Cookeville Regional Medical Center, and Cookeville Regional Medical CEO Paul Korth.
Thank you, Mayor Shelton. Thank you, Mayor Porter, for allowing us to be here.
We're very pleased to be back again to speak and give you some statistics and some facts of what's going on at Cookeville Regional Medical Center. Today, we currently have 4 patients that are tested positive for COVID-19 that are inpatients at the facility. There was 1 discharged yesterday. So in total, we have treated 7 inpatients at the medical center, and 3 have been discharged home. We currently still have 3 employees that have tested positive, and those employees are self-isolated at home. It's very important to remember that these individuals that have tested positive are in isolation. We've recently made some changes at the medical center that has allowed us to cohort or put all of these patients that are tested positive or are being tested, and we're treating those as in isolation also. We've put those on one floor of the hospital, and we're trying to cohort those or trying to manage those in one location within the medical center to keep the spread down and to keep those that could potentially be infected. So we're trying to do everything that we can at the medical center. We continue to meet daily. We continue to round, and we continue to make changes to better control this and to better manage the COVID-19 patients. A couple other things to point out. We received today from the federal government a email that basically said, watch a lot of scams that are going on. For those individuals out in the public, be careful of this. Don't give out your name, social security number, or bank account number to anyone that's calling and asking for that. The federal government, if they need that information, they will send you a certified letter or a letter, and they will request that through mail. They will not ever call you. So we have many alerts this morning from cyber attacks and what's called phishing scams for just that. So please be safe with those ideas. Dr. Pierce will come up and talk just in a few minutes, but I do want to continue to emphasize what Mayor Shelton and Mayor Porter have said, and that is stay at home. Our numbers are continuing to be down, and I think they're down because we are doing the right thing here in Putnam County and Cookeville. We are taking this very seriously. We are taking this to the point where we are trying to stay at home and remain safe, and that is the best thing that we can do, what we can do right now. One of the other things we've recently been working on very diligently at the medical center is our surge capacity. We've been asked many times, how many patients can you handle? What kind of patients could you take care of? One of the things we've just recently done is we've been able to determine that we could handle up to about 65 or 70 patients in ICU capacity with ventilator treatment. We could handle probably another close to 250, so well over 300 patients at one given time we could take care of at the medical center. Today our census is less than half of that. It's probably about 130. So we are in ability and have the capacity right now that if we needed to take care of a large increase of COVID-19 patients, we could do that at the medical center. We could do it very safely. We could do it very effectively and efficiently. So I want to reassure the public with that we are looking at this on a daily basis, and we do have that capacity to take care of those individuals. So with that, I'd like to now bring up Dr. Mark Pierce, our infectious disease director, and he has some more information to give us on that. Dr. Pierce?
Thank you, Dr. Korth. It's my pleasure to speak to you again today. I just had a couple of things that I wanted to emphasize. I think that we've heard so much about transmission and things like that I think everybody has probably a good handle on that, and so I don't want to beat that dead horse. I would just like to stress that it's looking like that curve that we've talked about is beginning to flatten. I really think that in the next 2 weeks we're going to see a significant decrease in the number of cases, but what that means is that we can't let our guard down, because with everybody being vulnerable to this virus, if we begin to get out and move around, it will come roaring back, and there's no question about that. So I would like to encourage everyone. I think for the most part, people are doing a good job. They're being very responsible. I'd really like to encourage you to continue to do the same thing. Continue to stay home. Continue to social distance. The CDC has made a new recommendation today, and we have tried to discourage people from wearing masks all the time, but understanding that that really the best way to prevent the spread is to mask yourself if you are infected. So the CDC has said today that if you're out in a public place and you can't social distance, that it's okay to wear a mask. But they recommend that you wear a homemade mask or one that you fashion yourself to save surgical masks and N95s for the healthcare professionals because there's such a shortage of those. And so if you're out and you're in a position where you can't social distance, it's okay to wear a mask. But I'd like to point out to you that the most important function of that mask is to prevent you from infecting somebody else. When you think about it, if you're not wearing a mask and you cough into your hands, it's good to cover your cough. But then if you touch something, then you've left that virus there on that surface for someone else to touch. And the most important thing is if you're wearing a mask, remember that it's still just as important, probably more so important, because the mask may give you a false sense of security. Still very, very important to do good hand hygiene, to wipe down surfaces that are frequently touched. And as soon as you get home, anything that you've brought in, you should wipe that down, you should wash your hands. And so we'd just really like to stress that. We did see that increase in number of cases in Putnam County, as Mayor Porter mentioned, and likely that's a result of just catching up from some of those cases that we knew about sooner. I think, though, that as on the whole, Putnam County is doing very well, and so I'm really encouraged by that, but I would really stress that it's important for us to continue that staying at home and social distancing. Take that very seriously, because, again, you yourself may not be sick from it. And the other thing I'd like to point out is that you may have a very mild illness. You may think it's allergies, but, you know, for a young, healthy person, COVID-19 can be very, very mild. You might not ever know that you actually have it. And so if that's the case, you are at higher risk to transmit that to someone else than someone who's actually ill, because if they're actually ill, they get tested, they know they're positive. But you might be someone who's positive and not realize it. So take those recommendations seriously. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Pierce, and thank you, Paul Korth, for being here today and for all that you're doing to help fight this virus. We appreciate Cookeville Regional so much and the great partner that you have been with us during this whole time, not only through the virus but through the tornado. Y'all have been absolutely amazing. We appreciate it. I'd now like to introduce All-Good City Mayor, Ms. Lisa Fowler.
Thank you, Mayor Porter. I just wanted to say a few things about what's going on in Allgood. As Mayor Shelton, I think, mentioned earlier, he was talking about Signature Healthcare. Today, in speaking with the director, the numbers there are a total of 47. That means that there are 30 patients and 17 employees. They are being tested. They are to be retested. Fortunately, I'm told that the majority are showing no symptoms whatsoever. So we wanted to let you know, too, that Allgood, while the lobby is closed, we're still open for business. We have drive-through. We have the night depository if you want to come after hours. The police are still on duty. The fire department's still there. Everything is going on as it should. Garbage pickup is on the same schedule. Now, we will be closed on Friday. It is Good Friday, but you can still avail yourself of the drop-off if you need to pay a utility bill or something like that. Again, you can also, we do updates on Facebook, and we put as much information as we can on our website, which is allgood.tn or allgood-tn.com. What we have been faced with, of course, is while the lobby is closed, we are preparing next week for our work session and for our city council session. Of course, those are supposed to be open meetings, and according to the executive directive that we have received, we're going to make those as open as possible. However, it will happen over Facebook. There'll be more directions on how to do that, if you have questions to call in or comments, we'll make arrangements for that, and you can do that. If you want to follow us on, like I say, on the web, we'll put information there as soon as it becomes available. I know that we've had some questions come in about the Allgood Walmart. You see people out there in line. Well, what I want to tell you is that those people it's not because Walmart is overcrowded. We still want you to social distance and take personal responsibility for your actions, but what you see if you see people in line, that's because they are waiting for a sanitized cart. Walmart is taking every possible precaution to make sure that there's no spread of the virus, and so don't be discouraged. They're just trying to make sure that there's a shopping cart ready for you when you get there, and so that is what the line is all about. We have, of course, sanitized City Hall. We continue that daily, and we're trying to monitor any cases which come about, and we're especially in contact with Signature Health. We have offered them any resources that they need, and they have us as well. It has been a good partnership. We are happy to be included in the briefing, and thank Mayor Porter for the invitation. And we know this touches all of us in Putnam County, and I just wanted to say for all good that we're still there, things are still going, we are working as best we can. Anyone has any questions, please call us at 537-9545. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor
Thank
Fowler.
you.
Appreciate it. Mayor Porter, let's wanna talk about the tornado a little bit.
Yeah.
We want you to know that we have not forgot about you as a tornado survivor or the massive cleanup that's been going on. Kind of an update, we think we're about 60-70% completed out in the county with the cleanup. I think Cookeville's a little better than that.
About 90, I think.
In the cities, which
Yes.
is great. We, of course, we had to put out for bid the cleanup, but we got a really good vendor in Custom Tree Care that done an outstanding
Yes.
job. And these guys have been going nonstop for almost 3 weeks
Yes.
now, and so they need a break. So they're packing up and going to be taking off. They're not going to be working Friday, Saturday, or Sunday over the Easter weekend, and they're going home to be with their families. You know, when you start looking at what we started with, and it's like a war zone.
Yes.
Mayors, you know, and when we start looking at all the debris that should be. Sorry, I think we had a mic off there. So when we're talking about the tornado damage and all the debris cleanup, we're talking about how the county's about 60-70% done. We think the city's about 90%. And so the guys that are cleaning up Custom Tree Care are going to be taking off the weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, to go home to be with family. They'll be back Monday. Our message out to you, though, is if you're a survivor or own property in that area, we're trying to get all the area cleaned up. We need you to be moving your debris out of the out to the right of way so that they can pick it up. The goal is that they would be cleaned up somewhere around 18th or the 22nd of April. That's all going to depend on weather. If we was to have a lot of rainy days, that may be extended out. So if you can, get your debris out to the right-of-way so they can be picking it up over the next week or so. If you're having issues of getting your debris out, you may be handicapped, disabled, elderly, whatever the reason might be, give us a call at 931-646-INFO. That's 931-646-4636. We have several volunteers and contractors that are donating time and equipment, and we're very appreciative of them, and they'd be glad to come out and try to help you. So again, if you have issues needing someone to help you get your debris out to the right-of-way, call 931-646-INFO. Also, if you're in need as a survivor, Mayor, we're still looking to help those folks.
Absolutely. The needs assessment that the Tornado Relief Fund Committee has been working on actually went out last night to all those folks. If you're a tornado survivor and you did not receive that, you need to make sure you do call 646-4636 and get registered. It's going out to the registered folks that have been calling that line, and you should have gotten a text about that. If you didn't, so make sure you call that number. But that assessment will go out. They're allotting about 2 weeks to receive those back. And then hopefully we'll be able to disperse the money the end of the month. The end of April is the plan to make those disbursements. And so I know that will be a blessing to many to receive that. And so we're thankful for the folks who've donated to that fund, and you can still donate to that fund. After the first disbursement, there will be a cutoff. That money will be dispersed, but then we'll continue to receive money, and if money comes in, we'll make a second disbursement later at a little bit later time. And so, please, if you're out there and you haven't donated to help, 100% of the funds will be going to the tornado survivors.
Absolutely. And we have a link on our website, putnamcountytn.gov/survivors. You can go to that, and there's all kinds of information for you. If you hadn't signed up for that messaging, to where that we can be in contact with you, there's a link there to do that. It's very easy to do. Also, there's a link there that has this form that you're talking about, the assessment form. If for some reason you know of someone that lives in the area that might not be on our daily updates, then tell them, please, and they can go, and you can even help them fill it out if you need to. That's at putnamcountytn.gov/survivors. Also, we're looking at volunteers too, Mayor. We've had a lot of people that have been turning out to help with the cleanups and with the recovery. The problem is this virus has scared folks, and our volunteer numbers have definitely went down. We're trying to make it easier for you to volunteer. There's a link on our website, putnamcountytn.gov/volunteer. But you can also, if you want to volunteer, just show up at the Putnam County Fairgrounds from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. anytime, Tuesday through Saturday, and they will set you up to be able to go and volunteer. Have masks and gloves, and you do social distancing out, so we think the risks are pretty low with the way that they're doing this. They will actually come out to the car if you want to come by the fairgrounds and get you to sign your form and get you set up. So we're trying to make this coming weekend and the next weekend a large volunteer weekend for folks to go down and help us to get that final push going to get the debris cleaned up. We're getting very close, and we want to try to wrap it up in the next couple of weeks if at all possible. So if you're looking to volunteer, now would be a great time. Go by the fairgrounds Tuesday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m., and they'll get you going on that. Mayor?
Very good. I'd now like to introduce Tyler Asher. He's the Small Business Development Center Director, and he has some information.
Thank you, Mayor Shelton and Mayor Porter. As the director for the Small Business Development Center, our number one priority right now is to let businesses know that help is available, it is there. Now more than ever, it's extremely important to be working with a local bank. The payroll protection program is coming through the local banks, and that is the one that we've gotten the most phone calls about. It's the one that is eligible for forgiveness. So now more than ever, I would encourage any local business to be working with a local bank. If you need help with this and any type of the forms that the bank may need or may want, please reach out to us. We are housed at the Upper Cumberland Development District. I have a direct line you can call. It's 931-261-0421, and that will go directly to my team that we have. And we will help you get this process. We'll help you walk through the steps to get this available. Next is what's called the EIDL loan, or the Economic Injury Disaster Loan, and is available directly through the SBA. We will be more than happy to do a Zoom conference with you, walk you through all of the steps that are out there so that any business that has been affected by this can take advantage of that loan. Also, speaking of the tornado, if there's any business that was damaged physically or economic damage to the business, meaning you lost revenue from the tornado, there is also a SBA loan, also called the EIDL loan. It's got two different funds. Reach out to us. We will be more than happy to walk you through that process as well. So like I said, our number one goal here is to help make sure that you know that there are funds available, first of all. Please be patient. There are thousands of applications that are getting processed right now. I spoke to a couple banks today. They're bringing on additional staff. There's training involved for them to process those applications. On a good news, I did find out on my way over here, some banks have already started releasing money to business owners for the payroll program. So that is good news that there is money out there. They've got it. They're going to get their employees paid.
Thank you,
Mayor
Tyler.
Porter.
We appreciate you coming and being with us. Congratulations on your new job.
Thank you.
While we got just a moment, I want to thank all of our partners that have been working with us so much with making sure that these live updates are being carried. We have our Putnam County Technology team that set all this up. And then our media partners, especially WCTE, who is here on a day-to-day basis with us, breaking into their live programming and helping us. We're also being carried on our radio stations with Stonecom and Zimmer Broadcasting. Herald Citizen is using our live updates to report by. So we have a lot of great partners in Putnam County that we're so proud of and helping us put these on. I just want to say thank you to all of them.
Absolutely. You know, we've been saying, again, for 2 weeks to take this serious, and I think by and large, many are.
I do too.
And we appreciate that. So, again, don't panic and be supportive of one another. Wash your hands. Like everything you touch has COVID germ. Please observe the stay-at-home directive and away from people as much as possible with physical distancing. Make reasonable, educated, common-sense decisions. Hopefully this will be over sooner than later. For the most up-to-date COVID-19 information, links, and resources, you can go to bettercookeville.com and click on the COVID. You know, Sunday is Easter. The coronavirus isn't going to stop Easter. Easter isn't just about special programs or egg hunts or good lunch or gathering in mass crowds. It's the fact that we serve a living Savior who is still transforming lives today. Easter is about our ability to rise with Him and the hope of tomorrow and the gift of everlasting life. Yes, indeed, we will celebrate Easter. And yes, we will all get through this together. Continue to pray for our country and our healthcare workers. Let's choose faith over fear. Happy Easter, and God bless.
Thank you, Mayor. And as Mayor Shelton and I both continue to say day after day, we live in such an incredible community where everyone works together and we have to work together, and we are as a team to fight this dreaded disease. And I echo what Mayor Shelton's saying about Easter. I know it's going to be difficult for a lot of folks not being able to be at church or to be with family. Just remember, the virus doesn't change the importance of the day or what it means. You know, the resurrection of our Savior Jesus Christ is what's important, and we actually should be celebrating that every day,
That's
not
right.
just on Easter. Also remember, God promises He will never put more on us than we can bear. We will get through this, and we'll do it together. As a wise gentleman I used to say, this too shall pass.
That's right.
And better days are coming.
Yep.
I truly believe that, and I hope you do too. I want to end, though, in reminding you, in case some of you that came in late, our number did increase today. We went up to 81, which is a change from 57 yesterday. But just remember, that is due to the Signature Healthcare numbers being added into our county numbers now. So we've been expecting that. We've been warning you about that on a day-to-day basis. Those numbers are lagging. And they finally have been entered, and they're in the numbers. There still may be a few of those that have not, though. So if the numbers go up 2, 3, 4, 5 over the next few days, just remember some of those numbers are still lagging, and they will be entered over the next few days.
Yeah, as we talked about the day that we made the announcement, we were at 37, and the Signature Director, Lee Rooney, was in here and announced that they had the 44 or 45. So, again, maybe a few of those aren't in there, but you add those two together. I'm not trying to give false hope, but just reality of those two numbers is exponentially we haven't been increasing
Right.
like a lot of places. Again, still do the things that we're supposed to do. Let's make sure it doesn't. That's the key to that. But don't be fearful because of the huge jump, because we were expecting that. It was just a lag. So.
Yeah, and we want people to still take it seriously.
Absolutely.
Because everybody seems to be working very good together, and we want to continue that. And if we do continue that, I think things will continue.
We want everyone to do this, as we've been saying, because we want to get past this too, because we want, so many small businesses are hurting, and there's a lot of folks out there, and we're going to need to make sure that when we get past this and we can, that we really support our local small businesses and get them back to where they need to be. But do what we're supposed to do. The sooner we can do that, the faster we can get out of this and get on the other side.
Absolutely. I want to thank Mayor Lisa Fowler from All Good for being with us today, Paul Korth, Dr. Pierce. We've had a great group of guests.
Sure
Tyler,
did.
thank you for being here. Tyler Asher from the UCDD. Mayor Shelton and I will continue to do these live updates to keep you informed. Our next update will not be until next Monday, the 13th at 4 p.m. unless something urgent should come up. Friday is Good Friday, Easter weekend, so we're going to give you a break. But realize that if something major should come up, we will be doing a live update to let you know. Please continue to keep us as your community leaders in your prayers, along with our city, county, state, and country. May God bless each of you.
Thank you.